So tonight I watched Nicole Holofcener. I still don't know how to say her last name. I watched her film Lovely and Amazing, which is her second film. Her first film, Walking and Talking, is from 1996. I've seen that one, and I've seen her most recent film, Enough Said, from 2013. She has two other movies that I haven't seen, Friends with Money from 2006 and Please Give from 2010. Um, I really enjoy her films because she often has um, very realistic women in her films, very complicated, um, sometimes really lovable, and other times you really want to punch them women, and they're the same character, so part of the movie you're like, yes, girl, yes, and part of the movie you're like, why are you so horrible? And it's so real. It's just wonderful to watch her films. I think Catherine Keener's in most, if not all, of her films. She's in the three that I've seen. She's the central one in this film. So she's the main character. Her name is Michelle, and her mother is played by Blenda Blethyn, and her sister is played by Emily Mortimer. It's funny that the two of them are British, but they're playing Americans. And her other sister, who's adopted by her mother, is played by Raven Goodwin, and this is her film debut, and she was like 8, I think, when she made this. And then it also has Jake Gyllenhaal in an early role, Dermot Mulroney in sort of a pastiche of um, sort of looking for narcissistic actors or movie stars, not actors, movie stars, and Clark Gregg in a very small role as Catherine Keener's husband. So Brenda Blethyn thinks she's a little overweight, so she goes in to get liposuction, and then is one of the few people, one of the people who, when you have surgery, there can be complications. She has complications. She has a crush on her doctor, played by Michael Nouri, who, if you remember, is in Flashdance, but he's also Summer's dad on the OC. So then Catherine Keener is, sorry, there's a bug. Catherine Keener is unemployed artist who, she's an artist and she's trying to sell her work, but it's not working out, and her husband is sort of insistent that she get a job, and so she ends up working in a 1-hour photo with Jake Gyllenhaal, but Jake Gyllenhaal's a randy teenager who keeps flirting with her. And then Emily Mortimer is an actress who is very insecure and is dealing with basically life. And so all three of them have insecurities and strengths. Oh, and then Raven Goodwin is the overweight adopted African American daughter, and she has, there's this great scene where she's with her big sister from like the Brothers and Sisters organization, because they feel that she should have contact with someone who is African American, and she says that her birth mom was a crack addict, and the big sister is like, oh, you got it really tough, and then she starts telling the woman about her sisters, Catherine Keener and Emily Mortimer, and how horrible their lives are, and the woman keeps trying to tell her that her life is harder, but from the point of view of the girl, her older sisters have it much worse than she does, and it's just sort of an interesting scene about perspective. Dermot Mulroney has very rarely been hotter. He's like super hot in this movie. Made me feel feelings. I've wanted to marry him since my best friend's wedding, and that movie is going to have its 20th anniversary in a few years, and that freaks me out. I just feel so old. There's a lot of interesting ideas in this film. I like whole sort of, I can't say her last name. I like her films because they straddle that line between comedy and drama really well, and there's moments where you're just like, ugh, this is so much, and then there's moments that are just so light and fun. I don't know, I just really love her movies. She makes films they remind me sort of Alexander Payne. Like, Alexander Payne's films are mostly from a male perspective, and her films are very female oriented, but they're nice bookends to each other, and they sort of have similar storytelling tones, and ways of looking at the comedy and drama within life. I really dig them. Yeah, so this came out in 2002. It was her second film, second of 5. I think she's a great cinematic voice, and I hope she has another movie soon because Enough Said was so good. But it looks like there was 5 years, almost 7 years between her first film and this one, and then it was 5 years till her next film, and then 4 years, and then 3 years. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get one soon. This is on Cinemax Go, so you can, if you have Cinemax, you can watch it on Max Go. Yes, Nicole Holofcener. Someone tell me how to say it. Lovely and Amazing from 2002.